see what's the deal. So I just want to ask y'all a question real quick, man. Now with David Haye coming back, and it's good for the division, he's a former champion, 2 different weight classes, cruiserweight, heavyweight title holder. Good to have him back, man. His personality, what he brings to fights as far as the build up to fights, the lead up, and even what he does in the ring. I like having David Haye back, but my question is, as far as just him as a fighter, these fights that he's taken against Mark DeMore, then his last fight against Arnold Jericho, it's not so much the opponents, it's just the fact that he hasn't been in a real fight since he's been back. You know what I mean? And it's almost like, what is he really preparing himself for? I mean, you've been in 2 fights, and literally, unless you guys, and I know the CompuBox stats may say differently, but I don't think he's even been hit since he's been back. I don't think the man has even been punched yet. I know in the DeMore fight, I think he got hit on the glove, and that was it. And then in this fight, I think he maybe got hit with 1 right hand, maybe 2. But seriously, I don't think this dude has been hit more than 5 times since he's been back. I watched that Jericho fight twice, so I don't really recall him even being hit in that fight. Maybe I'm just missing it, man. But it's kind of like when Mike Tyson got released, and Tyson was one of my favorites. But I remember when he got released from jail, and he had those fights against, he took the fight against Buster Mathis, and what was the other guy he fought? Peter McNeely, guys like that, even Bruce Seldon, those type of fights. And I remember Evander Holyfield said that, I seen Mike Tyson back, but to tell you the truth, he ain't been in a fight yet. He ain't got hit by nobody. Ain't nobody fought him back yet. It's going to be a different fight when he gets in there with me. And I remember Holyfield saying that. Now, this is a different case, different scenario, different fighters. But I'm just saying, it's almost like, hey, he hasn't been in a fight yet. And when he does get in a fight, I think he's going to have a rude awakening. I'm not saying he doesn't know how to handle himself. He's a former champion. But I'm just saying, it's just like, what is he preparing himself for? You know what I mean? Now, we can argue some of these guys, they go into their fights and they get quick knockouts, and you don't say nothing about that, Mr. Boxing. No, I do say things like that. And this is one thing about heavyweights, man. When you get guys that have heavy hands like this, sometimes, they're quick enough, strong enough, and fast enough to where they can knock guys out quick. And I even heard David Haye say something like, you guys say you want quick knockouts, then when we give them to you, guys complain. I'm not a 12-rounder, 12-round type fighter. Go watch somebody else for that. It's kind of crazy because I knew who he was referring to. It's like, dude, when you got a chance to fault Vladimir, you complain about your toe. You know what I mean? Like, so you had 12 rounds to take care of business and you didn't. You know what I mean? But congratulations with these quick victories, man. But it's just like, what are you really preparing for here? I mean, you're fighting people that aren't even fighting you back, man. Mark DeMore pretty much put up a high guard and punched your glove. And Arnold Jericho just completely froze. And I've seen Jericho perform way, way better than what he did against Haye. Just the effort, man, it wasn't a good effort by Jericho. Now, if you're going to lose and get knocked out, fair enough. But it was just the effort wasn't up to par, man. So, David Haye wins another fight, but you're not even really in a fight, really. But you guys let me know what you think, man. What do you think about these fights that David Haye has had? Do you think this is preparing him for anything, or is he just going to get in there against a guy who can actually fight him back, and then he's going to have a rude awakening? And I know he's a past champ, but dude, his last fight he's been in, to me, in my opinion, is probably the Chisora fight. I know he stopped Chisora, but at least Chisora fought back. These guys aren't even fighting back. They're just showing no fire whatsoever in them, man. And I don't think it's good. Not even for a veteran former champion. I don't think it's good to have these type of fights. You got to get somebody in there that's going to fight back. Now, we can probably argue and say that, Jerry Jaw was 29-0. It's not Haye's fault that the guy didn't fight back. But these obscure type of guys, I mean, I don't want to see another fight like this. Now, I'm hearing stuff that, Shannon Briggs, maybe the next fight. I even seen something online here. Somebody brought up Johan Duipa. I'm not sure how true that is. But whatever the case, so don't quote me on that. I just seen that online. I'm not sure how true it is. But as far as the Briggs fight, we can't run away from it now. I'm not saying he's scared of Briggs, but Briggs has pretty much attached his name to your name. He was even on your undercard. You said if he fights on your undercard and wins, you'll fight him. So we can't, flip the script now. I mean, we can do whatever we want to do. It's David Haye's career, but I know one thing. Whether Briggs gasses late or you think he doesn't deserve it or whatever you think about Briggs, I know he'll come out at least in the first 2 rounds and give it all. I know he'll at least throw right hands and will mean it. He'll mean it. He won't just be pawing with the shit. He'll mean it. I don't know, man. I've just been thinking about this, but it is what it is. I mean, David Haye can do whatever he wants. It's his career. I'm just a fan, but just want to get you guys' opinion about it, man. Dillian White would be a good fight. I know White will fight his ass back. Shannon Briggs, a good, decent fight. Because I know Briggs, the first 2 rounds, if anything, will have a lot of power, a lot of pop, and he will be very confident. If not just for 2 rounds, it's more confident, and he's bringing more to the table than Jared Jai and Demore put together, in my opinion. You could say those guys are younger and fresher, but if you're younger and fresher, but you go in there and freeze up, who really cares? I'd rather have an old guy that's coming to fight. Former champion, I'd rather have that than a younger, fresher guy that's going to freeze up or punch at his gloves, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, y'all. Let me know what you think. YTBC. I'm out.